filming a video on my channel, obviously. You can see my shoes and the mirror is still in the back, but I just filmed a unboxing and try on with me, and it took 2 days to film. So the first time I filmed it, I was in a huge rush, and I felt like when I was watching back the footage of me wearing the clothes, it just looked really bad because I didn't style it. I didn't even wear shoes, and not that the second time round was like super styled up or anything like that. I just put the outfits together a little bit better so then it made more sense, because what's the point in watching a whole video if all of the outfits look like shit? My beautiful friend Helen makes amazing New York style cookies. I'm gonna put her tag and her page here. You guys need to try it. I ordered a box and I shared some with my neighbor, and I still have some left. I haven't had something like this since I was in America, maybe like when I was in LA, and everybody in LA is kind of like vegan or half vegan anyway. Whereas in Melbourne, the vegan options have only really started coming out in the past year or two, I guess, like at its height. It is so nice to have a freaking sweet that tastes like a sweet and doesn't taste healthy or doesn't taste like a bliss ball. Sometimes you just want some pure junk food. There's green all over it if you're wondering, because the one that I ate before it was the pandan and coconut one, and this is just the walnut and choc chip, which is so good as well. This is so good. I can't deal. I just did my nails and they're pretty good. They are just press-on nails. This side looks a little bit more natural than the other side, but I think they're really cute. But real question, like, how do you type on the phone? Ever since I stuck them on, I've just been voice messaging everybody. And the funny thing is, I used to have long nails years ago. I had long nails for almost 2 years, maybe a year and a half, where I just got them refilled all the time. Now I just wonder, how did I ever type? I feel like when you put long nails on, you're just like suddenly super sassy, and I love that energy, and that's the energy that I've been missing for the past couple of years. Ever since I started doing freelance, I've never really done my nails at this length ever again. They used to be even longer than this. I used to love long nails. I don't know what it is, when you put long nails on, you're just such a sass queen.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
So I'm showing you guys what I normally do with cookies that I buy or have, but this is the amazing cookie that Helen made. But normally what I do is I will get some ice cream and I'll have it with the cookie, and so this has been microwaved for about 30 seconds. I will normally grab one of these Panna organic sticks and I will mash it into the cookie or put it next to the cookie. You can really just do it with whatever ice cream that you normally prefer. Obviously I'm dairy free, so this is my go-to. So it's like that. This is a bit nasty, but usually I'll break it in. I feel like this is the right way to eat a cookie. I feel like every cookie needs ice cream and it needs to be warmed up, but that's just my personal opinion. Oh my god. When I say this is so good, I am not even joking. So good. I just can't. The cookie, heaven. The flavor's there, the texture's there, and then you've got the cold ice cream on top. So good. Oh my god. Helen, these cookies are going to be the death of me. Sometimes there's this stereotype that vegans eat like shit, and you know what, honestly, sometimes it's true. Tonight I am literally eating the worst meal ever, but it tastes great, it just looks like shit. So this seems like a really random, but I just wanted to share, like, I'm just going through some stuff and I just kind of want to show like the reality of what it's like. I'll just be having a great day, or like a day where I can get through everything, and then I don't know. I know I always show you guys like the glitz and the glam and like all the pretty stuff and all the makeup and stuff, and I love that. And you guys know I like being real too, and I feel like being real is the ugly as well, unfortunately. For the past 6 months I've just been going through this, and I think I'll be over it and I can finally move on with my life and things will be fine. But then like really heavy waves of like sadness hit me out of the blue. Like I'll be doing the last set of my workout just like I am now, and I just cannot stop crying. It's just the reality, and I just feel like I would be lying to you if I said that everything was good and whatnot. But going through a breakup is really, really hard, and trying to heal yourself and process what life is going to be like outside of this lockdown is so hard as well. So I just wanted to kind of like share this a little bit, and I hope maybe one day I'll like look back on this and just think like, wow, she's really healed. I just want to show you that as cute as life can be on Instagram, it's fucking real. Some days it's so overwhelming in the grand scheme of things, but some days it's like, okay, I think I've got this. I've realized from what it was to what it is now, it's already changing, it's healing. But yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so it's been more than a week since those videos, and I've just been contemplating whether to show them or not, to be honest with you. I initially took out that camera because I knew that I could feel that a wave of sadness was coming, and I just know it kind of just brews for a while, and then I just know it's about to like wash over completely. And I just thought, since I'm doing these vlogs, I might take out the camera and record it just to show you. But I just want to do a debrief basically. I just feel like I've had a while to think about it, and sometimes I feel really frustrated with myself, and I ask myself, why is it taking me so long to move on? Like, why is it, like, I just don't get it. Like, why is it so easy for everybody to move through things so quickly and get over things so quickly, but why am I still here feeling these deep waves of sadness when I know for a fact that other people do not feel the same way? I just finally realized, like, for the first time in my life, like, I am sitting in the discomfort. I'm not trying to find any distraction. I'm not trying to move on quickly. I'm not trying to speed it up as much as I would love to. I'm not speeding up the healing process, because I know for the first time in my life I have to sit through the discomfort to get through to the other end. And I feel like in my entire early 20s, whenever I went through something similar, or I went through something really, really sad or frustrating or upsetting or like that made me angry, I would always find a distraction and just quickly move about it and just think, see, look at that, like I got over it in 2 seconds, like thank God. But I realized like that was always going to be the wrong way to heal and sort through my emotions. That was never going to be the right way. And I feel like up until this point, all of that has built up to get me to where I am now, where I just have no choice but to sit here and really, really do the work and heal properly. I'm just kind of really proud of myself for not doing the things that I used to do and indulging in the behaviors that I used to, like going out, just quickly meeting someone new and talking to them and going on dates and just quickly getting distracted. And that's no judgment to anybody else, but I've always known that that was never going to work for me deep down. I feel like I always knew that it wasn't the right thing to do, but I did it anyway because I didn't want to feel the pain and I didn't want to feel the hurt, and I didn't want to reflect and look in the mirror and ask myself, what role did I have in this? I used to think that I was confident, and I think I used to think that I knew what self-love was, but I really didn't. And I think for the first time in my life, I'm starting to understand what the meaning of self-love is, and I'm so proud of myself for choosing myself every single day. I'm putting in the work to choose myself and make myself better. And I know some of you guys are wondering, like, you know, are you seeing a therapist? I absolutely am. I just knew that it had finally reached the point where I just could no longer handle all of this on my own anymore. It was just very hard carrying it on my shoulders. There was just a lot. I think it's just not just a breakup, it was just years and years of, you know, childhood trauma, anxious attachment style. It's just, I think that's what it is as well. Like when you sit in the discomfort and in the silence of your own company, you do not just unhash what is happening in the present moment, but you realize that everything in your life that has happened has brought you to this point here. Things just don't happen on its own or without effect, cause and effect. The one thing that gets me up in the morning is knowing that I'm putting in the work to be able to finally be the person that I've always wanted to be. When I was younger, I just always dreamt of certain things and certain the way certain things would go in my life, and I always dreamt of the person that I would be. And I think there's just been so many roadblocks mentally and emotionally that have stopped me from being able to achieve those things. And I think every time I wake up, I'm like, shit, it's a new day, and I'm one step closer to achieving that. And I do think there's still so much to this self-love journey. You know, you can't just reverse everything overnight. You know, I spent years and years and years of my life seeking validation in other people, and I thought by being confident on the outside meant that I loved myself, but it doesn't mean anything. Everybody can talk the talk, but whether you can walk the walk is a whole nother story, and I don't think I knew how to do that. And so I just always seeked validation in other people, and I'm finally learning that it's not about the exterior, it's about how well you can set up your boundaries and knowing what you want and knowing what you need and not accepting any less. That's self-love, because you know your value, you know your worth. And I am learning that the hard way. My friend and I were talking about self-love the other night, and she sent me a really beautiful quote, and we just always talk about stuff like that. And I was just saying to her, it's so true though. How do you even know what's good if you don't even know how good you are? It's kind of like a meal. It's as stupid as this sounds, it's kind of like eating a meal, right? How do you even know that meal is any good? How can you even rate another meal if you have nothing to compare it to? And so if you just don't have any sort of bar or love or any sort of self-worth, honestly, anything that's put in front of you, you can't even measure its value, unfortunately. But yeah, I think that's the one thing that I really managed to crack recently. And I'm very much at the bottom of the mountain at the moment, and I am still climbing it. I'm excited for what the future holds for me, and I'm so excited for what the future holds for me, and I'm so excited to see, even in a year's time, where I'll be, and I can't wait to report back. And I know by doing all this work, I'll be able to achieve something, some sort of peace or some sort of happiness, and I can't wait for it, and I look forward to it so much. But I really just wanted to cap off that video because I didn't want anyone to think that I was in really deep despair and depression. I probably was very early on in May, April, but it's gotten a lot better, and I'm quite happy, to be honest with you. I'm quite happy, except like I said, the healing journey is not linear, and you can still have waves of sadness like that. And I just want to show everybody that even if you're healing and you feel like you're getting better, sometimes those moments will still happen, unfortunately. But all you can do is just look back and reflect on where you came from. So this is a really short and sweet quote from Jillian, and she posts a lot on her page, so I would highly recommend looking into it. And I hope this one resonates with someone, but I feel like to me this really spoke really deeply to me in terms of what self-love can be or is. But when you choose yourself, you let go of the people who haven't chosen you. Yeah, I feel like that is what I'm going to end on, and I hope you enjoyed my little chat. I'll see you guys next time. Isn't it strange?